Chapter 43. There's MFP. Jer lay on his stomach on the edge of a hill, looking through the binoculars at Max's complex in the distance. The complex covered several acres and was surrounded by a brick wall. It was bordered on one side by one of the many towns Max controlled, and on the other side by dense woods. Everything Max could ever need, from laboratories to training grounds to temporary housing for the workers he had freed from slavery, was in this complex. MFP. Vix lay beside him, looking through her own binoculars. She was wearing her work clothes, a dark green shirt a size too small, and black cargo pants that caressed her shape in all the right places. She was a good companion to have on a job like this, but JR could not figure out why she was repeating the name of the complex over and over. The place looks so familiar to me, and the name, MFP, Vix muttered, her tail waving back and forth in thought. MFP, wait, this is the Municipal Freedom Project building. It's where they house all the slaves the GFG Corporation frees, right? JR raised an eyebrow at her. You just put it together now? You brought me all this way for nothing? Vix punched his shoulder. You only wanted me as a distraction so you could get your brats. You lied to me. The housing staff's a front, Vix. JR continued peering through his binoculars. It's also where Max keeps all the stuff too controversial or too illegal for his company to have a public hand in. Oh. Vix settled down back next to JR. Pretty smart of him. You have no idea. JR set his binoculars down. Max really has a racket going. It seems like a bad idea, spending all that money on freeing slaves and re-educating them and stuff, but he's created a super loyal workforce, full of janitors and construction workers. Vix stood to dust off the front of her pants. Good for him. You have no idea how much power janitors and construction workers have. One knows exactly how a place was built, the other has the keys to it, JR said. But he doesn't stop there. Some of his freedom workers have moved up to government positions, high-level business positions, military positions. He's got people all over the place loyal to him. It's a brilliant plan. I guess we shouldn't underestimate him. Vix turned to the complex. How long until we get there? 4 hours. We'll have to travel around. If we set foot in town, Max will know about it 5 minutes later. As long as you get me in, I'll do my part. But I still don't get why Max would want those brats. Vix adjusted the gadgets hanging off her belt. You're dangerous when someone touches your stuff. I don't know. JR's voice dropped to a growl. But when I do come across Max, he cracked his knuckles. Hope someone is around to plan his funeral. JR glared in the direction of Max's complex. Let's go. Lead the way, Vix said. JR barely gave the towers surrounding Max's complex a glance, but Vix gazed up at one of them with wide eyes. They had left their speeders in the woods bordering the building and now stood at the base of the wall surrounding it. A series of gates were interspersed along the circumference. The main gates were for visitors and unauthorized personnel, like delivery persons. They were checked and scanned and issued ID cards, which linked them to the alarm system. Should a visitor wander into the wrong place, the alarm would sound and Max's guards would swarm to the area of intrusion. JR smirked. He had been the cause of that upgrade. He skirted the main gate and approached a secondary gate on the west side, one for employees only. What are you doing, JR? Vix followed him. You can't get into this place through the gates. They're all electronic and tamper-proof. I know, I've tried. Only if you don't have the right tools. JR pulled a card from his belt of tools and swiped it into the card reader. With a long beep, the gate swung open. Stay close and shut up. Snippy. JR and Vix approached the building and snuck around to the side door, where JR again used his device to open the door. Nifty card, Vix said. Where'd you get it? Shard. JR squinted into the light as he entered the building. Pretend like you belong here. We're supposed to have been checked by security 5 times before reaching here, so everyone will assume we belong. Once we get some appropriate uniforms for this department, we'll be able to go anywhere without trouble. I know where to keep the extras. See, there's a reason I chose you to do this with me, Vix said as she trotted to keep up with him. JR ducked into a closet where he and Vix donned lab coats. Once done, he peeked out to make sure the hall was clear. This is it, Vix. Here's what I want you to do. Down there is the R&D testing lab. If you want to find something to satisfy your client, go there. I'm going to find Xena and Cathra. It won't be easy to transport my kids without getting caught, so when I give you the signal, make a big stink to attract as much attention as you can. Then get out of there. I won't stop to get you if you get caught. You're a real gentleman, JR, Vix sniffed. But I suppose it's the least I can do since you got me in. Though I'm going to get the true story of where those brats came from one of these days. JR grunted. I doubt it. We'll see, big guy. Vix waved back at JR as she walked down the hall he indicated. JR watched her go before creeping out of the hallway. According to Sherd, Max had indeed brought 2 girls into the complex. He couldn't pinpoint the location of one of them, but the other had been in the medical ward. If they had done anything to hurt either Xena or Cathra, this entire complex would be reduced to rubble by morning. JR swore to himself.